Welcome to the Tartarian Ledger, where we question history, time, and the stories we were taught. Let's begin. In episode 1, we will dive into the time paradox and explain how Tartaria could have actually existed. Something doesn't add up. We're told that Tartaria never existed, yet entire cities seem to disappear from history. This episode isn't about proving Tartaria outright. It's about one core question that makes Tartaria possible in the first place. Do we even actually know what year it is? After the American Civil War, not before, we see massive city destructions. Ones on the screen like Chicago, Baltimore, and Boston. All of these were labeled as fires. Entire sections of cities were wiped out, rebuilt very quickly, and rarely questioned by people. This isn't the focus of today's episode, but it does matter, because we will come back to it later on. These events raise questions about what existed before what we were told existed. In my opinion, questioning matters, and this is why. No viewpoint is bad. Questions are how new theories are born. One image can tell multiple stories, depending on who's explaining it. The real danger isn't being wrong, it's never questioning at all, in my opinion. Most mainstream narratives are repeated, but not researched. The people teaching history often believe what they were taught once, without challenging it, and just continue passing it down to younger generations. Here's an example to consider. I have the same picture on the screen 3 different times. If you didn't know what these pictures were, or what time frame they were taken from, or what these people were cheering or gathering for, someone could tell you 3 different stories. And if you just believed the story that you heard without doing your own research and asking your own questions, you may never get the real answer. Is this a picture of refugees gathering after they've arrived in the United States after fleeing their country that was torn to pieces? Is this a political gathering? A presidential candidate has won. New president in office, and these people, particularly men, are celebrating. Or is this just New York Times Square, New Year's Eve, 1938? A single photo from the early 1900s can be interpreted in very different ways. The question isn't what should we believe? It's why do we believe one version without examining the others? And just so people know, this is in fact just a simple picture of New York Times Square on New Year's Eve in 1938. This brings us to the core of this video. What year is it truly? Do we actually know, or are we just assuming? For any of us to believe that it's truly 2025, there are many things that you have to believe. You must believe that over 2,000 years of history were recorded perfectly. That there were no discrepancies, no lost years, and no misinterpretations. That language, calendars, and measurements never caused any confusion. That no society ever miscounted time. And that no empire ever altered timelines intentionally or accidentally. You must also believe that ancient civilizations measure time the exact same way that we do today. Whether it be years, months, days, decades, centuries, they were all standardized. That corrupt governments and empires never lied or misunderstood time. Despite the fact that before 1850, we have almost no photographs, recordings, or objective material. Much of what we accept is passed down, word of mouth, rewritten texts, and translated documents. Even something as massive as the Roman Empire relies largely on records we didn't personally verify. We just believe, without questioning. And while there is a community out there of us who do question things like this, many people don't question it. They just take it at face value. They take it from what they learned all throughout school, whether it be grammar school, high school, college, notes and teachings from family members who may have interest in this topic. They just believe. And when someone like you or me comes around and we begin questioning, suddenly we're the crazy ones. Because we don't fit or believe the narrative that the rest of the public does. This is why this matters for Tartaria. If time itself is uncertain, then history becomes uncertain. And if history is uncertain, then lost civilizations become possible. Tartaria doesn't require belief. It requires room for doubt. This channel exists to explore that space. Primarily on this channel, we may not have all the answers, but that's okay. The answers exist, and we'll keep digging. We'll explore things like the old world, forgotten timelines, ancient architecture, power generation versus what we're told exists today, and what may be hidden in plain sight. The goal is to build a community that stays curious, and I already know this community is very strong. Not fear-based, curiosity-based. Why should we care? Here are a couple questions that I want everyone to keep in mind while we are going through videos and documentations and efforts to discover what's really out there. Why should we care? What might be out there? And what was here before us? This is my formal invitation for you to like, subscribe, and comment opinions down below. Never stop asking questions, and if you do, don't worry because I won't. I'm completely okay with being wrong. These are just theories, ones that I believe there's evidence worth examining, but you are free to believe whatever you choose. Disagreement is welcome on this page, respectfully. Conversations challenge us, open minds grow, but blind belief does not, in my opinion. Please, leave your comments below. I love discussing. Even if you completely disagree with me, you make me look like a fool or attempt to, I will always indulge in conversation and opinion. I keep my mind open to other ideas. Other people have proof and have done research. It may not align exactly with what I believe, but I'm always here and ready to answer questions or maybe dive deep into a topic that I haven't yet and someone out there wants me to dive deep into and make a video about. So please, take this journey with me as we explore erased history, lost timelines, and the old world Tartaria as we know it.